Okay, I wanted to close with a video I just came across, and this is some funny shit. This is some funny shit. Female entitlement out of fucking control. Women getting paid big money just for having a kid. You hire them to do a job, and then you got to pay them to sit on their ass and raise their fucking kid at home for the choice they made, by the way. And in Britain, it's something like 18 and a half weeks. In Sweden, well, it's more than double that. Just listen to this. This is hilarious. This is fucking hilarious.
Here are two mothers and their babies. They have a lot in common, but they have had very different experiences of...
Okay, so first of all, I should mention that these women are in no way, shape, or form representative of the majority of Western broads that have kids, because they're both not bad looking, and the one from the UK is actually pretty good looking broad. Not fat, thin, good looking. The one on the right from Sweden, she ain't too bad either. I think that's why they picked them. I don't think they wanted to continue with the trope of big, fat, ugly broads from Western countries, which is what the majority of them are, by the way. But anyway, let's listen to this crap.
Maternity. Sweden has one of the most generous parental models in the world. Swedes get more than double the amount of what a parent receives in the UK.
Now, I wonder about this. How does this model work? When they talk about maternity leave, does the person that's employing you actually have to pay you to not work? This is nuts. You have kids, and then your employer has to pay you to just sit at home. Why would you ever hire a woman?
In the UK, your paid maternity leave is 39 weeks.
Whoa! I'm sorry. 39 weeks? 39 weeks. Let me go back. UK. 39. I was wrong. I thought I misheard it. So the 39 weeks is for the UK. Wow. Wow. You get paid double that in Sweden? Wait. The government can't. Is the government paying this? It can't be an employer. There's no way they could rope-a-dope a private employer into paying 39 weeks or double 39 weeks. Could you imagine? You hire some broad, and then she works for you for some minimum amount of time that she has to meet the requirements for this leave, and then you got to pay her for like a year and a half to sit on her ass and produce nothing. Yeah, well, you'd never hire a woman. This must be the government paying this, right? Wow. How are these places still solvent? They must be bankrupt, right? They must be printing money left and right, night and day. 24 hours, those printing presses must be working. No wonder the global elites want to make all money digital, right? And get rid of paper money entirely. Good Lord. 39 weeks. It's crazy. But after your first 6 weeks, your pay drops in the UK. Are you shitting me? So this is so women can complain about the pay dropping off. What do you mean pay? What does that mean exactly? Your pay drops. It's not pay. You're not doing anything that deserves money. Or if you are, it should be your husband paying. Oh, you're a single mom? You've chosen to be a single mom? And you've chosen to have a baby? And the state has to flip the fucking bill? And you're calling that pay? Really? Only an entitled Wayman could view that as pay.
I think that the English model really does hurt equality. I think that it's...
Equality with who? Okay, sweetheart, let me explain something to you. When you use the term equality, you're talking about a comparison. When you talk about equality, you're comparing one thing to another and saying they're the same or they're not the same. What are you comparing yourself to? What situation, right? Are you comparing yourself to men? To dogs? To horses? What comparison are you making here? It's nonsense. I don't get it.
It's a hugely inequitable model.
Inequitable? Compared to what?
In Sweden, parents are given 68 weeks of leave per child.
Okay, so you compare it to Sweden. She didn't make that clear at all. She should talk it out her ass in general. No comparisons. So these people that are making this little advertisement / bitch fest about UK women not getting paid enough are comparing it to Sweden. Inequitable. Unequal. It's...
Paid at a rate of 80% of your salary, all with a capped limit of £588 a week.
How does that work? Is your employer paying that, or is it the state paying that? Wow, 588 pounds a week. Holy shit. So that's like 2,400 pounds a month. That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good just to sit on your ass, right?
I think the Swedish model is good because it's quite equal.
What does that mean? Equal with what? What are you talking about? These people know what the word equal is. You have to have something to compare it to. What do you mean equal? I don't understand this. Equal with what? To who? To what? What are you talking about? I'm trying to make sense of what these broads are talking about. What does this mean equal? It seems like they're just using the word equal to mean great or good. They're using it as some kind of fucking adjective or something. Oh, yeah, like it's some kind of, adjective in a positive. Oh, yes, it's good. It's not good. That's not what equal means, you idiot. Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're the father or the mother.
Really? In Sweden, 90 days of paid leave is reserved for the father. Oh, okay. So the mother, wow, that's great. So the mother can get 68 weeks and the father can get like 90 days. 12 weeks? Was it 12 weeks? Wow. Well, that's not equal at all. What are you talking about equality? What are you talking about equality? I mean, are you again making a comparison and you're not making clear what you're comparing it to? Is your comparison to the UK? It's clearly not to anywhere because you just said, I think the Swedish model is very equal. It is equal. Is that how Swedes talk? No, that's not really how they talk. That's just the old stereotype. It is equal. You're like, it's real equal, honey. Equal to what? Clearly not equal to what the father's getting. He's getting 90 days. Why did the father get 68 weeks, huh? Huh? That's not very equal. I'm not comparing it to the father. Well, who are you comparing it to? I'm not comparing it to anything. I'm just using the word equal the way I want to use it. Okay.
The cost of nurseries also greatly differs from the UK to Sweden. The UK has one of Europe's most expensive childcare systems. Compared to Sweden, the cost for parents is almost 10 times as high.
Boo-hoo. Well, I'm sure if you search the world, you can find something that is inequitable in terms of, comparing things. So what? You could cherry pick to get whatever results you want to make yourself look like some kind of oppressed victim. So monthly childcare costs in the UK, £920. In Sweden, 0 to 119. Yeah? So, what's it? What do I care? So now you're trying to tell me that somehow women living in the UK, and by the way, this is a UK advertisement, right? Where women are bitching and moaning about how they're not treated fairly enough because Swedes have it better. Yeah. Oh boy. Of course, you're not going to hear these broads complain about anything they have better than other countries. Right, women in UK have it made in the shade, really, compared to a lot of different countries. Why don't you point that out, huh? Well, these people in this other country are lacking in equality. Are you willing to give up whatever benefits you're getting and send them over to Iraq or some other country where women have it even worse or much, much worse off than you? No, I only want to talk about things I'm not getting as much as someone else. That's all I want to talk about. That's the kind of equality I care about when comparing myself and my country to other women in other countries. All right, let's finish this nonsense.
Since 2008, the cost of nurseries in the UK has gone up by 49%.
Well, maybe your broads ought to stop having kids. Maybe you UK broads ought to stop having kids or marry the guy who knocks you up, right? Maybe you should stop banging at such a young age, right? Or get into a relationship with a man and marry him and then have kids, right? And then you can stay home with your kid and you don't need a nursery.
Parents.
I suspect that our costs are going to be around £2,000 a month, and that's probably at the very least.
I don't get this. Why are you... You're incentivizing single motherhood. Why does a woman in the first place need 38 weeks a fucking maternity leave? Doesn't she have a husband who goes to work and brings home the bacon? And then she stays home with the kid? Oh, no. No. We want to encourage more women not to get married. Great idea, yeah. Okay, so child care versus cost of income. Okay. Basically, they have a little pie chart here showing how much childcare costs in comparison to how much people make. So in the UK, 33% of household income is going to a child, while in Sweden it's like 4%. Yet they have more social welfare programs in Sweden. So what? They're all unsustainable. You do realize that, right? You're just putting your great grandkids into debt to fund this shit. All right, 50 more seconds of this crap.
I think there's something drastically wrong with a system where a professional woman like me is struggling to meet the cost of everyday childcare.
Of course you think that. You're a feminist. It's called reality, sweetheart. Okay, what did you expect? You don't want a man. You want to pop out kids without a man. She has no man. No man at all, by the way. Childcare costs money. What do you think? It should be free? Yeah, everything should be free. Bunch of dopey under 40 broads. Don't understand how the real world works. Everything costs money. Oh, those daycare workers, they should just do it for nothing. Or I should make those rich people pay more taxes so they can pay for my bad choices. Yeah, right. It shouldn't. I love how they use the word should, don't you? It shouldn't cost. It shouldn't cost. It shouldn't cost. You gotta love idealism, right? Idealists love the word should. They love to use the word should when they're encountering reality that doesn't fit the way they want the world to be, meaning that the world should essentially conform to their bad choices.
Thanks to a state subsidy, the bill for childcare in Sweden is greatly reduced. Low-income families pay nothing, while more prosperous families pay a max of £119 a month.
I'm astonished that that's how little it costs, and to me that sounds like the government of Sweden have a lot of respect for families and a lot of respect for working people.
No. Sweden is probably the most feminist country on earth, and they're dying. They're dying. Their cultural Marxist equality programs, their view of the world that comes with this retarded ideology is destroying their country. First of all, they have a very small population in relation to their GDP, right? They have almost no military spending. They spend very little on military, right? So they're able to put out a tremendous amount of money to these social welfare programs, which, by the way, are already broke. I mean, the country's bankrupt and they're just printing money, okay? And because of this equity view of the world, viewing everything as equal, the same, which extends to cultures and races, they're letting in tons and tons of low IQ morons who are sucking up ever more money from their social welfare programs, okay? Okay, it's unsustainable, completely unsustainable. Oh, she loves what she hears. They have respect for working people. She means respect for working women. And the only women they're going to need fucking 68, 69 weeks or whatever of freaking maternity leave are single moms, okay? All right, let's finish with this garbage.
But before you move to Sweden and get pregnant, it's important to remember that everything comes at a cost, and the Swedes pay more in tax.
They pay a 12% higher tax. Everybody pays this tax, okay? This is a flat tax. In America, to pay for all our social welfare programs, you would need, a 15, 20% flat tax? All right, we don't have that, by the way. There are some people who pay no taxes even though they work full-time because they make so little money, all right? So we have a graduating tax system. We have the more you make, the more you pay in taxes, right? And at a certain point, you pay nothing. And then the more you make, the more you pay up to a certain point, and you could end up paying as much as like 35, 40%. But that's people at the very upper end making, loads of cash, right? In the UK, everybody pays 45%. Everybody. And in Sweden, every mofo, I don't care if you're working at Chick-fil-A or the CEO of a major corporation, you're paying 57% to fund these programs. I don't think people understand just how much more in taxes you'd have to pay in America to fund this kind of shit. Yeah, it comes at a cost. No shit.
But what do you think? Would you be willing to pay more tax for better parental leave?
No, especially not for single mothers who make bad choices. I love it. The women are destroying Sweden and the UK just like they're destroying everywhere else. Big shock. And if you like my content and you appreciate my attempts to red pill as many people as humanly possible to make them as awake and aware to how reality works as humanly possible, then please think about donating to my Patreon channels. I have 2 Patreons. One is for once a month donations, and one is for per podcast donations. I make 2 podcasts a week, so you could donate as little as $1, and it would be $8 a month, essentially. So, not a lot of money, and most people can afford $8 a month, right? And that's it. I am the realist philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.